Okay, I'm ready to get started. Good morning, or middle of the night for you.
Yeah, for me it's evening still, 11 o'clock. Good morning.
It,
For,
it
for
it's
you
still
guys,
good. It's still good morning for him,
yeah.
kind of, sort of.
It's okay.
Good morning,
It's
everybody. Okay, very nice. Morning, Terry. How are you doing?
Just about perfect. How are you?
Awesome. Got me a new new good cup of coffee here, so I'm ready to go.
that's a big one.
Trust me, I need it.
Well,
I need it.
I've
I'm
two.
gonna. All right. So, welcome everybody to the second day of the G site, the new G site factory that we're going to be finishing up here pretty soon. It's 90% done, except what we talked about yesterday. For those of you that aren't here or that weren't here, um, the new API is coming, and I'll just say that again for everybody. It's coming. Do we know when it's coming? Anybody want to guess? Do we know when it's coming? Huh? Type in the chat. When is it coming? Who's got an idea when it's coming?
I can make a phone call.
You can make a phone call. Yeah. Uh, we don't know exactly, Mike. We Friday the 13th, whatever. April Fool's Day.
Friday the 13th.
It's
It's
coming.
funny.
But one thing we know for sure, and that is that the old Google sites um, are not being supported, and they actually get converted to a file in your Google Drive. I think it is September of this year.
Mm.
Anybody want to verify that? But I'm pretty sure that's
Yeah, it gets archived in September, Patrick.
yeah.
Mm.
And so we have been working for months and months and months on this project because we know what's coming. And, we also know what the benefit of the old G sites were from an HTML perspective and the new sites. And we are prepared and we have built this to hit the ground running, maybe with a few little tweaks, a few things that will happen with Chris, so that when we get our API, which we have been approved for and we are waiting for it, then we will make changes that are necessary to the current program. And as always, our style of doing things is once you own it, you own it. And there's no other additional upsells or fees or, you know, charging you more for making it work better. I mean, everybody knows that, right? I mean, everybody in the room, just give me a one if you agree that I've never charged you for anything that we've done as an upsell once you own it. It's yours for life at the price you get it for today. And you're just going to see nothing but ones up there, right? So that's what
Can
we're
I,
doing, and we're going to bring this to you today, and the special price off of what we're going to do at the launch when it is ready. And what I'm going to do today for everybody is we're going to include a 50 site license, so you can take this and you can use it for 50 sites. So that should be enough to get everybody going and cranking when this starts up. And right now you can use it and it works very well. Okay, with that being said, um, Leon, go ahead. And if people want to see his screen a little bit better, right on the right hand side of his screen, there's a double line. you put your cursor on that and drag it all the way over so that you don't see everybody, then you'll see full screen for Leon. Everybody got that? Hi, Gina. How you doing? Nice to have you here today. Okay, so Leon, go ahead and just give everybody your take and your overview as you were going through the beta process over the last 3-4 months, along with Errol and a bunch of
It's
other
been
people.
longer than that, Patrick.
I
Yeah,
was trying to be nice.
we've been in this for a long time. So basically, this is what you're going to see when you open the site. There's really nothing under this part yet. You do have to put your APIs in here when we get those. But for right now, you've got your Google accounts. But here's where you're going to do all your work over under Google Sites is this tab here. Of course, you have to put your license in. But this is very, very similar to what we had in RFR. It's just a slight different format. I mean, pretty much all the same things are there, maybe slightly in a different location or different whatever, but you still got to have the same information. So you got to have your title in here. Of course, you have to select your account, whatever one you're using. But then you've got your main page, just like we had in RFR to build the sites. And you've got to select whatever ones you're going to use, whether it's the home page, about us, privacy, contact us, or any of these additional pages. When you select the contact us, these other ones become available. So you can fill in whichever ones you want. You don't have to use all of these, guys. It's not important. So just select whatever ones you want to fill in. And then, of course, any additional pages you're going to have titles for. And that's the key thing is that you've got up to 6 additional pages plus the 3 that we've got in here. And we're going to show you a little bit in a second. But these additional pages, you can put different titles in here and you're going to have, of course, content that you're going to need here. But here's where we do have a little glitch. It's not a major thing. But basically, you're going to choose your theme or your style, and you'll have a drop-down box. And when you choose that, it doesn't really matter what one you choose. It will not show up at this point in time. We know about that, but it is selected. Because when you click over here, you will see the fonts basically for that particular theme. In this one, you got capital, frank, narrow. If we choose a different theme, you're going to have the fonts related to that one, classic, light, heavy. So you just click which one you want, and it's not showing up, but it is selected. So that's your main thing. You've still got to have your images. So you would select your images here. If you don't like the selection you've got, you can clear them right here. Pretty simple. Just the same stuff we were doing over in RFR to build Google Sites, except this one is much faster. Okay. When we get over here, we put our spin text in, and we can use HTML in this, HTML spin text. So that's one of the improvements we've got in here that makes this really nice. Of course, then we get to our home page. And as you can see, the spin text would show up in here, what you put in and hit spin. But we also have up to 5 embed codes that you can now put in here. So that's an improvement that we've made in the software. And the splash page is giving you the large image. So that's if you want a really, really large image, you can use the splash page. Probably most of us are not going to use that, but it's there if you want to use it. Of course, all your selections come really over here. You've got to put in any link you want in the header, goes in here. Your header image has to be selected though. So the images you would have the selection here. And then if you want to use an image in the body, you would select that here. And then of course your YouTube URL goes in. And of course, at the moment, we don't have anything in the Google Calendar or Maps set up. But then your footer link, if you're going to use a footer link, it goes in here. And then your header background image will show up here, and the body image will show up here. So that's pretty much the same as we had in RFR. But like I said, we now have the 5 embed codes, and we can use the HTML in here. your about page would show up with whatever information you inputted over here on the main page. That would be showing up in here. The privacy page is a really nice one. We've got everything worked out for you, and whatever title you put in would show up in here. I forget where it's at, but it goes in here. So basically, you've got your privacy page, and it comes out pretty good. And of course, whenever you go to these additional pages, you still have to select your header image, body image if you want it, YouTube URL, and all that'll show up here. So each additional page, you do have to do the selection of the images you want, and if you want a YouTube video on that particular page. So all of that is going through here. Of course, there's the contact us information I selected, but I didn't fill anything in. So it's all going to show up. It's just the same stuff that we've had in RFR, and your content would be in here if you use Spintex. And then you do have to put in the embed codes if you're going to use any embeds in here. So we've got the additional of embeds, and of course all our optional pages would have to have titles, which we would have put in over there. But again, your header image and your body image have to be selected. If you're going to use a YouTube video, you're going to have to put that URL in each page. You know, that's the big thing, is each of these you're going to put in whatever you need, you know, from your header image, body image if you need it, a YouTube video if you need it. So you do have selections on each page that you have to make, and then of course embeds on each page. So that's the big thing, is that it's there's a lot more that we can actually do with embed codes, and of course we've got the HTML if you want to use it. But here's one little trick that most people probably won't know if they don't pay attention, because here you can just upload the site and it's not going to be published. Okay, if you just hit upload, then it's going to upload and it will stay unpublished. And so you can actually put whatever content you want and then add more later. Okay, and publish it at some time in the future. You don't have to publish it. That's kind of an advanced thing we're doing now, is you can make like a shell or put in limited content, and then as you get some of your other things done that you want to put in there, then you can add them in there and then publish it at that point in time. So it makes it really nice to have things set up really fast and easy, and get it all up there, and then whenever you're ready, a lot of us like to go over there and make sure the site's looking nice and clean, set it up, and maybe add a thing or two in there that we can't do with our builder. But the publishing can be done at any point in time. But you do have to hit the publish button if you want it to be published. So that's the big difference that we're seeing, is that we've split up some things here and made it kind of more convenient to build these sites and build them. They don't have to be all built out at the beginning. You know, you can actually add to them, because you can save your site as you've got it filled out, and then later load it back up and put more into it. And then whenever you publish it, that's when it goes live. Now, one thing I want to point out on Google Sites is if you go in and add something to it, you have to republish that site, or that new edition will never become live. So it's an important issue. If you're doing anything manually to it and you add something, you've got to republish it, or that edition won't show up. Okay, so that's the important thing. But this is a great builder for what it is, because we don't have the API yet. Nobody has the API yet, but it is much faster than we had in RFR, as everyone can attest to when they saw it yesterday. But it allows us to do a wider diversity of things than what we were doing previously, because we don't have to publish it. You know, we can just upload it and have everything semi set up and ready to go when we're ready to publish it. So it's really convenient and easy. Is there any questions on any of this, Patrick?
I'm answering them as you're going. So,
Well,
excuse me.
If you need me to show something, now's a good time.
If anybody has anything that you want Leon to go over real quickly before we get into Errol's showing you exactly how to use it, putting the data in and seeing a site being built in front of you, then we'll move on. If anybody has a question, please ask now. 5, 4, 3, 2. Something about 50 sites. Yes, you're gonna have a 50 site license, so you're gonna be able to use this software to build up to 50 sites, as opposed to when we actually launch it, it won't be quite that many, based on what we're going to be doing. Okay, then how does this compare with Staxio? I'm going to let Errol talk about that. Gary, I've been hand building G sites with 20 plus pages. Are we limited to 6 only? You can add as many pages as you want.
But with the software, you're only going to do the 6. You can add more over there manually. It's not a limitation to how many you can actually put there, but it's a limitation to how many the software can build for you.
Quentin, we're gonna work on all of that later. Right now we just want to make sure that we get everybody to take a look and start to work with this, so that when the API comes, we are ready to rock and roll and kill it, and we'll have the first advantage and the first mover advantage over everybody else, in this space, right?
Yeah, this is a much faster builder, but when we get the API, it's just like what we see in RFR and the other tools. It's going to go so fast, it's going to be crazy.
Yeah, there's no limit on Gmails, right?
No, there's no limit on the amount of Gmails you can put in there.
Okay. What if you need more than 50? Gosh, you guys are way ahead of yourself. You know me. I'll work something. Okay, make it 100. Then we'll solve that issue. I'll change it to 100 license. Okay. Quit bugging me about it. Jeez, Pete. I think I was stealing your last kid. All right, I'll change it to 100. You talk me into it. All right.
I think 100 is more reasonable, because it's true, because it's so fast, the system.
I'll tell you what. We'll just go unlimited for everybody that's here today. Then I solve that issue totally. All right, moving on. All right, thank you, Leon. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome, Patrick.
Yeah, good
So
explanation.
you can stop sharing your screen, and Errol, you can pick yours up.
Okay.
There we go. That's the one.
All right, everybody okay with unlimited? I mean, I'm not going to do that again, but I'll have to go in and change things a little bit for you, but it'll be unlimited. Okay, so.
Can you see the screen?
Yep. So Errol, give everybody just a little. There's a lot of new people here today, which is awesome. Thank you so much for being here. So give everybody a little bit of background about yourself, what you do, and what we're going to do now is show everybody how we actually are going to build these out. We're going to show you a site that's done and with stacks, and how you can set that up with the stacks and with the G sites, and actually make them look pretty decent where we are right now, and understand that they'll look a lot better once we get the API and start putting everything together. It's going to be really awesome. So a little bit about who you are, sir. That's enough. Okay.
Okay, let's go on. I'm doing SEO, I think now 12, 13 years. Before I had, for 20 years, a mastering studio in Amsterdam, and worked worldwide for big artists also. Finally, when everything went down in the music business, I was also, I must say, a little bit tired of all the albums. I did around 9,000 albums in that time. I moved over to Spain. I lived in Spain, was married with a Brazilian, and lived in Brazil. And later on went back because of the crisis in Europe. Anyway, I met some SEO gurus, Dutch ones, who came to me because I had a duplication company, and they wanted to duplicate their courses, which they asked 4,000 euros for. So I could watch them for free, and they even pay me for this. It was a good deal for me, and then that was a new world for me. Of course, but also something what I understand very well. I think it's not so difficult. But before I knew it, I was creating website. Before I knew it, I was using tools like Money Robot when it was really working, and learn the hard way, like probably everybody. And yeah, what can I say? I do a lot of client work with a partner in Holland and a partner in Spain and a partner in South Africa. We do a lot, and we still learning, and part of the tools we are using is the factory tools. I think I have almost all the tools, and I use them. Yeah, I think can be backlink factory, can be with all the GMB factory I use for my clients, and the Google sites I create a lot. So that's why 100 I think is more reasonable. And they asked me to come in if I wanted to do a beta testing, and I want it because it's very important for me. And now the last 2 months is really crazy how fast it goes. Really, it works very very good now. There are some minor things, but I think if you look to the big picture, I think 80-90% is done. And if that API comes, and from what I understand, that makes the things more easy, and even you have more possibilities. So is that enough, Patrick, for to tell who I am? Are you there?
He's on the phone. And
Oh,
I'm
okay,
here.
okay, okay,
I'm
okay,
here.
okay.
I had a phone call. I'm selling my dock, so I'm here.
Okay, okay. Um, let's go to the system. It's the same gig what I did yesterday. If you are new, then I gonna explain a little bit. What I always do is if I make these things, I have everything ready. That means I do the things with backlink factory, with the ranking factory, so the calendar. I create manual the drawings, the slider, etc. That kind of stuff. I put it in a sheet, and then I put it in a notepad, so I have everything ready. So content is the same thing. I spin, especially the titles, and there is some spin in the content, but the titles are for me the most important thing. Um, if you go to the program, here I have a couple of Gmail addresses. I do for every niche one uh, Gmail. It's more easy. And also, I think better to have the niche, on one Gmail, and not have 10 niches on one Gmail. I think it's a little bit somehow it doesn't feel well for me. So to add the Gmails goes very quickly. It's the same like the other ones. It's really it's no problem. So if you have everything done, you go to your Google Sites factory, and let me see. Here is what you saw from. I forgot your name. Sorry. What he
Leon.
showed, Leon, and well, this is filled in. I already put everything in. The images I already put in. You just load them in. It's very easy to do. I gonna put out about us, by the way. So what I did, I put in the titles. You have 6 additional pages and the homepage, so you have 7 pages. And this is the same. I go to Diplomat, whatever. Let's do the heavy one today. So everything is done on this tab. So now if I go to the next tab, I already, oh, you don't see the spin. Normally, if you put in your spin content and you click on spin, it's the same with Ranking Factory, that it creates the the pages. So the home page is already spinned, And this page is of course not spinned. It's what the system creates. So it creates the home page. It goes to the next page with what we put in the title there, etc., etc. And as you see, the content is in. So you have. I put for to make it more easy. I put only one article in, so it's probably a little bit the same. But normally I put 5 6 articles together, and then the system, if you click on spin, will transfer to the other pages.
So how much
So
time
what?
do you actually take, and how important is it for you to create, the research for the content, and then really take time to create a very qualified and good spin text?
Yeah. Well, to be this kind of content, you call it how you call that in English? Sorry, don't know.
It's either good or great or bad, depending upon how you do
Yeah.
it.
Well, these are the most important things, to
Your
be honest.
titles.
And yeah, and the keywords have to here. For example, you see how much do solar panels cost per watt. That's it's a long tail keyword, and it's merged in the content. The same if you well, I have a couple of H2s and H3s of course, and later on probably it's H4. So and here you see, for example, how much are solar panels for your house. It's really merged in the system, and this I already prepared with my own system, and then um, I have the embed codes. I only put for the homepage now. So this also I created with Ranking Factory, Backlink Factory, and yeah, I think that's the ones and the manual things. So here you can see my titles. I prepare everything. Don't know what this is. Yeah, this is by the way the website we're gonna link to. I created this site last Friday, and then a G-stack is always a good idea to create. Um,
Hey, Errol, one thing I want to answer, because a few people are asking this, is that very shortly we are going to be adding an API directly from Content Factory into the new G sites, so that when you just put in your keyword, if you want the basic content from the Content Factory, it'll just pull it in, and then it brings all that research work for you, and you just need to trim it up and clean it up a little bit. So that's going to save a lot of time as well
yeah,
to bring
I
that in.
guess. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Good idea. Um, the iframes I already created, as you can see. So I put them in here. So we have 5 embeds. Yesterday we did a tryout with to put a second iframe with. We can do it again. Let's see. Let's take this one. No idea which one this is. And that worked in a way, but can be better, I guess. So if you put all your embed code, all your iframes in it, you have on the right, you have the header link. This is to the money side in this case. You can choose, if you click on it, well, here you don't see the images. Again, this has something to do, I guess, with my Windows system. This is VPS. I have to put on something. I still don't know what it is. But anyway, you can make a choice between the images you put in. I just took a YouTube from about Orlando and solar panels. The map name, the calendar name, from what I understand, is not working yet. But if you have a calendar or a map, which I have, then you should see them probably in these boxes. Footer link, yeah, you can think about the same, or you can think about something else. In this case, I do both the same. And you have the footer background image, and just choose something, and there we go. The splash image I don't use. It's true. I think you get a very big image on top, and only if you want to really make a good looking Google site, then probably you're gonna do that. But then also you need a very good picture, right? Anyway, um, the privacy page, it's already there. I'm not gonna do contact us because what I do with G sites, mostly I create G sites for link building. So that's for me the most important thing. I don't care if people don't see the site. I want the juice to
Right, but
the
if
money
we do
side.
want to have that, because we do know that
Yeah,
in many cases these sites are going to rank, right?
yeah, yeah. No,
And so
that's true.
we're gonna want to use that contact us space, for a
Yeah,
lot of different purposes, and
yeah,
some of that can also be some embed codes and some stacking in that space as well and hiding it.
mm, true. Yeah, yeah, it's true. But for now, because it's beta, I don't want to take any risk. It's probably it's working, of course, but better to do the most important things, right?
Yep.
So I didn't put in the embed codes in the second page because not really necessary now. But as you see, you don't have in the home page the header link, and that's okay because from what I saw, it links back to the home page, every other page. So again, you can change the header image. You can put in this. Well, I already did everything, and it's all the same. So if
And
you
if
have done,
if everybody thinks about it, because I mean, Errol, what you already showed with the embed codes on the first page, okay? I mean, how just think of this: how cool is it going to be, and how important and how much more powerful can your site be if every single one of the pages that you have that you build, you're able to add and stack embed codes in each of those pages, right? And that's a very powerful feature that we've added in here that is really going to be probably very unique to us.
yeah,
How many people think that's pretty cool? Give me a one if you think that's awesome. Absolutely. Four ones. There you go.
yeah, it's very powerful. The more iframes you can put in, the better. Especially again if you use it for stacking.
Yes. Yes. Thank you. And that's one of the things that came up in the testing room is like, well, if we have the space, it's like if you have a billboard and there's no advertising on it, what good is the billboard, right?
Mm,
And so this gives us an opportunity to really, stack up and fill that space with, good quality, embeds and SEOs. I mean, just take your. What about this? What if you take that particular page and it's a city page, right? And in that city page, you go to Backlink Factory and you do all your backlinks in your Backlink Factory and take your embed code for your Backlink Factory and you put it in here. How
mm,
powerful is that going to be as one of the embed codes? Or you come in here and you put your maps in here. You put all of the other things. How about all your press release, embed codes and all the different things that you could. It just expands exponentially the power of what we're going to be able to do with these sites the way that Chris has built it, and I just think it's absolutely flipping amazing. Don't give away my secrets, David. Well, that's part of what we're here for is to get people excited about the possibilities of what you could do. I mean, you guys are going to think of way more things and be very, very, more creative than what we are. When you start doing this and then when you get in the room and start talking in the Skype rooms and back and forth about what you're doing and what's working and the power of it, this is going to be one of our up there powerful tools.
yeah, definitely. If this is very stable and especially with the API, I think you're gonna use it almost every week, a couple of times.
And
That's
Gary, I mean, once again, Gary says, why not merge it with Mega Cloud Stacker? Well, why not merge it with Mega Cloud Stacker? Why not merge it with Ranking Factory? Why not work with GMB? I mean, the
mm.
list goes on and on and on, right, guys?
Yeah. The thing is only that Google changes all the time. So if you have everything in one box and Google changes the things, you have a problem. So
Now, you know
it's
what? You just go back and fix it.
yeah, of course, you have to. But what I mean is, if you have everything in one box and something is changing,
Mm-hmm.
and then you cannot use all the things, you know. So I always prefer to have every powerful tool standalone. I always it's for my it feels better for me.
Yeah. Well,
But
my
maybe I'm
motto is bust it, and we'll figure out how to fix it.
yeah. I'm old school in this. I really prefer to have
That's all right.
standalone things.
That's the beauty of it, Eros. It's this is good for every single person and every mode of operation that they want to, as risky as they want to be or as conservative as they want to be. We
Mm,
don't tell you what to do. We just give you the options to do what is comfortable for you to do, right?
mm. Yeah, totally true. You want me to click on upload,
Yep,
or
let's
do
do
you
it.
have still, or do you have questions about this?
Based on the format that you see that we built here, does anybody have any questions? Like Leon went over or Earl went over. Any questions on any of the tabs or functionalities or what you can do with it? If I just give me a no if there's no questions, that way I won't be thinking there are some. YouTube can put YouTube. Can you put the embed code in? Of course.
Yeah, can do it here. Yeah.
I don't see anywhere to add sheets.
Oh,
Well,
What do you mean sheets? That's it's
Patrick,
embedded in
that'd
here.
be an embed code. You don't
the
really need
embed
an
code.
embed code for YouTube because that's really automatic when you put it in this YouTube URL. That's going to be an embed anyway.
Mm, yeah, true.
So you're just wasting an embed code to use it
Yeah.
there because when you build the G sites, that's an embed, okay? And that's what that's going to be each time you fill out that YouTube video URL. That's going to be an embed.
Right.
Okay, ready for the
Yeah,
upload?
let's fire it up, baby. See
Okay.
what happens. Did you break it
Yeah,
or is it gonna work?
yeah. See what happens. Okay, there we go.
This is really cool. Everybody, close your eyes, put your hands over your eyes, and then we'll count to 10, and we'll let you look again.
So what it is doing now, you can see on the left down, uploading images. I only have 9 images, but you can have 60. But that's gonna take longer, of course. And there we go.
This is just amazing to watch, guys. I mean, seriously. And
So
I
you
think
can see.
when we get the the API and start being able to put some more functions in here, it's just going to make what we're doing right now exponentially off the charts.
Hmm,
And not only are we going to be able to get you know a lot of really good content out there and backlinks, but these sites are going to rank, especially if you use our other tools to rank these sites, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So you want to take the time to make them as nice as possible, and
Here
this
comes the embed
software
code.
gives you that opportunity, right? Will this tool work for English PCs only?
English PCs only.
In other
Well,
words,
We can charge extra for the other languages, Patrick.
yeah, even though it'll work, I think we should put a premium on that. That's an upsell, Jesper.
well, if you live in,
Non-English clients, an extra
yeah,
$50 a month for.
uh, but for the Thai, it's good if you have to pay in Thai baht. That's more cheaper then. It's very quiet now. But you
Right.
see the embeds, eh? You see them coming. Here's the G sheet. Up was the G map. Now it goes to the next page. Okay.
$50. So I mean, as you see this being built, can everybody just imagine how much time it would take you to build what you see being built right here for you with the right preparation and just being able to not have to make mistakes?
Mm.
Because does everybody agree that when I put my messages out there that they're perfectly typed with no errors? So you can imagine what my sites would look like, right?
This saves a ton of time, but again, if you do it every
Yeah,
week, a
my
couple of
nose is
times,
growing. Yeah, right, Mike. For those of you that are here that are not familiar with who we are, uh, while we're watching this, I thank you for being here. And even if you don't pick this up, you're going to learn something about Google Sites and how powerful they are. But I think the one thing that I'd like to share with anybody that's new here with us is that we just like to have a lot of fun. And we don't really take everything so seriously, but we do take what we build extremely seriously. And but our community is awesome. Everybody helps each other. If you have a question and you can't get a hold of me or support or whatever, um,
yeah, that's true. There are a lot.
yeah,
That's really true. There are a lot of open-minded people in the groups, and which makes it more fun, to be honest. It's not that, oh no, this is black hat. Oh, no, this you have to be careful. You don't have this kind of things in the groups. This is what I really like. Because my opinion is that Google is the biggest black hatter from all.
yeah, they are. Yes, there's always going to be a replay, Lee. Um, so Terry, you kind of use Google Sites a lot in your campaigns and for your clients, don't you?
I wouldn't say a lot. I use them often, but I mean, I don't build, uh, you know, 10-page Google sites or anything like that.
No, it's a lot.
And if you're building them just for links, I'm not sure how much value you get from having 6 pages,
Six. Yeah,
two,
true.
Versus one, right?
Yeah, it's
one.
true. It's true.
Um, but I don't build them just for the link juice. So
Right. No, I mean they're too powerful. Just to, in many cases, we know they're going to rank, right? And they're going to
Yeah.
take up
I build them
spaces.
because
And
I want to take another spot on Google from the.
exactly,
Okay, it's done. Because too quickly.
exactly.
Shall I do it again? I cannot talk normal. Let's have a look to it. I go through the classic way. So I go to the drive. Am I in the right Gmail? Yeah, I'm in the right Gmail. And here it is. So as you can see, this is the content downstairs. You scroll down. Here comes uh, the embeds. You can make this picture bigger. You can do a lot of things, by the way, in the new in the new type. The calendar. Everybody knows how this is created, but it's created by a ranking factory. It's always fun this this thing. This I do manual. I always do my maps. I prefer. So you have a lot of. If I click on it, nothing happens because I have to publish it, and then if I'm in the site, then everything is clickable. So here you have your G sheet, and here is your embedded YouTube video. What I like about this new G site is you can, if you go to insert, you have here collapsible text, so you can make an accordion. I don't know if you are familiar with this. So you can add, let's say, you have 300 words, which are important, and the rest is just sort of SEO bait. You can put in an accordion so that nobody really gonna read it. Um, but I always put the table of content. If I click on it, here are the titles, which Google reads in the article. So you have your immediately your table of content, which is really great. That's why your titles are so important. For the rest, yeah, I think it's everybody understands this. You can, if you want, if you go downstairs, if you scroll down, sorry, and you go to Drive, you can import all this. Um, you can also go to, let's say I'm gonna do this one. Oh, I'm gonna do only, hang on, only this one. It's images. You can make a choice between what you see or grid view. So you see the pictures. Because it's about Orlando, I always do part of the gig with pictures from Orlando, and then of course in the images all the information. And yeah, you can put a lot more things. Let's see what is also images. So what I did was creating a GStack what is ready already for say 80%. The only thing what you can, well, what I would do is adding some more things. So I have some draws. Not sure if you can see it in here. Let me see. I don't think I didn't see this one. So you can put them all in. And let's say I'm finished the home page. I go to pages, and here are all your pages you created. And it's true what you say, Terry. Maybe 6 is too much. Maybe 3 is maximum enough for to have some extra juice from the other page to the home page, right? Yeah, I think it's true. So let's say you're finished. You're very happy with the website. You go to publish. So let's publish it. And now you have the web address. I already created Solar Panels Orlando, so that's not going to happen. So I've with the FL from Florida. So let's see, probably it's going to take it. So if I say publish, done. If I go to here and I gonna look view published site, there we are. And this, of course, especially with if the API is there, you can make a good combination with images together with the content. But here it is. Not sure. Oh, I'm not in the home. Hang on. And there you have your table of content. You know what it is, a table of content. It's very important to have. Google really likes that. Um, Here you see all the stacks. If you click on it, nothing happens. Oh, here it comes. So I have here this is some special way of link building. I use Google Ads services. Really, it's very interesting. It gives a lot of juice extra. Here you have the drive. I put a lot of different kind of links in a map, not only to the money side, but also what I already embed. So I'm not only embedding the thing, but I also put the links in, for example, in the map. I click on this. Let's see where we go. And here is the website. Not finished. If you click on a quote, nothing will happen. So if you live in Orlando, have to wait for the best quote. And that's the site where it all goes to it. Another trick, for example, what I do with this kind of sites, this is a magic page site. You click on it, you're going to see all the content just to make Google happy with everything. Here is also table of content, etc., etc. You have
Just as,
questions?
yeah, just as an FYI on the solar site that we were just at, just want to give everybody a heads up that I had mentioned yesterday that the templates that Mike has, Mike Martin,
Yeah, this
this
is a
is one of
template
those
from.
templates right there. I
Yeah,
had
yeah.
misspoke and said that I thought we could use these templates in G sites. We can't, but he is custom. He and his team are custom building these templates, and I'm working with him right now to give us a special deal on picking up a single site license to his program. and he's got like 30 some odd templates in here now, and he's building 10 a month for a very, very, very cheap price. And
Yes.
they're all unique. They're not like these template packages you can buy from these companies that are the same. These are all handmade, all unique. And I'm working with Mike to bring this to us as a special project. I mean, you
Yeah.
guys I love the template.
Yeah,
I
me
just
too.
think that it's well done, well structured. I think it's done in Elementor.
Yeah, it's
And,
all it's all in Elementor.
yeah.
It's and as you
But
see,
anyway,
you
I just
know,
want to bring that to everybody's attention. I'm going to be working with him to have that set up for us pretty soon. And as you well know, that Mike and I, we work well together and we don't compete with each other. We just kind of enjoy working with each other on the same projects. And, he's got some good stuff. So,
oh yes,
and the
yes.
load feature load sites built with RFR. Terry, that's a great question.
Say
Leon,
again, sorry.
if we have a RFR site built, can the load feature load sites? Because you save the site, you save the template, and then you load it. Can you Leon, take what you save in RFR and bring it and load it up here?
That I don't know. It'd be a question you'd have to ask Chris if this software is set up to be compatible with what's built over there. I really don't know.
Would that be?
I
Terry, would that be
assume
something-
it could be, but it's a question we'd have to ask Chris or just try testing and see. The Google sites are going to be, as far as the site
Do you have an
itself.
RFR site that you've saved, Errol?
And RFRs?
Yeah.
You mean the classic sites?
No, just
No, they're not. RFR does not build classic sites. It still builds new sites.
right.
What he's asking is if you have a site built with RFR.
I
I
only
think
use
you probably could. We'll try it.
Yeah, I use most of the time the article stacker, the keyword stacker, the buffer site, the calendar. These are the things I use the most.
We're gonna try it, Terry. We'll find out. You're probably right.
Yeah, it's likely it will, but I don't know if that's truly compatible or not.
Okay, but that's a great question, and if not, it would be awesome to have that functionality, which I'm sure that Chris could put in here with very simply.
You can put even an image carousel.
Is everybody enjoying what you're seeing here so far today? You learning anything? If nothing else, how cool, how powerful, these Google sites can be. Awesome. All right, hang on a minute. There is no sales page. You guys know me. You're not going to find a sales page.
Yeah, that saves a lot of time. This tool. More questions?
I'm trying to get something out. Terry, can you look at the questions and see? I'm trying to get the page up for everybody.
Well, that's what the questions are all. How much is it? Where's the sales page? Where's the buy button? Questions.
Oh, shit.
That's not
Straight to
a problem to have.
straight to the point.
Okay. All right, let me pop that in here real quick.
Okay, Lenny has a quick question. How long will it take the Google site you just made to rank? Well, it depends.
Yeah.
We don't know competition there is for Orlando solar, and that matters as much as how well you build the G site. Because if the competition's really tough, then it's going to take more. But if you have RFR tools, you can give it more. But if you're doing instead of Orlando solar, if you're doing solar in some suburb of Atlanta, it probably could rank pretty quick. But it just depends.
Yeah. Well, of course, I did my research, and solar panels Orlando is not saying easy, but also not really difficult. Um, and for this demo, I was thinking I choose then the website for to create a G stack, but that site was created Friday, so I don't. Well, it's already, by the way, it's indexed already, but of course this is gonna take time. I'm not gonna expect that it is next week in the top 3. That's gonna take a while. SEO is long term.
So I put the link to my beautiful design buy page, which I put up in about 3 minutes here before. And make sure you use that coupon code, because that coupon code is going to give you significant discount off of what these prices are going to be when we launch them. But once again, these are prices that never change on you, no matter what we do. And I suspect that everybody's going to want to get these at these levels. And just remember, what did I say something earlier about unlimited sites? I think I did. The hybrid, just click on it and you'll see it's like, a couple dollars up front and then a monthly, as opposed to paying it all at once or just monthly. That's our signature um, buying process, where people pay a little bit of money up front, helps us with development, and then they get a much lower monthly cost um, as time goes on. Does that make sense, John? I think probably 60% of everybody that's in any of the Ranking Factory products have a hybrid. And it was designed specifically for the reason that if you just sell things on a lifetime, it looks great, but it's very hard to sustain a business on non-recurring income. And therefore, by doing a combination of a little bit upfront and a much lower monthly payment, then we kind of kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Terry, how many G sites can you add per Gmail?
I know you had 100, but I'm not sure how many more.
I mean, the software will allow up to 100, right?
I thought you said unlimited, Patrick.
Well,
I
I mean,
never.
that's per Gmail.
one Gmail account will allow you 100 Google sites, I believe, maybe more. I've not gone over that, but so if you have 5 Gmails, and if you only have 5, then make another one today and tomorrow and the next
Right.
day.
Right.
Yeah. Don't put 100 G stacks in one Gmail. If you lose it, you lose 100. And I always think if you have the same niche on one Gmail, that's still the best thing to do.
Yep. Okay. Any
And creating a Gmail. I created this Gmail, I think this weekend. So
mhm.
you see, nothing wrong with it. You just have to do some verification by phone, and that's it. And then you can
Also
use it.
remember that part of Google Sites allows you to use your own custom domain. You don't have to have, sites.google.com, right? If you have your own custom domain, you can actually create that as your domain, and the G site URL will live behind it.
Yeah, I'm not sure if this is really I don't think I would do that, but yeah, I know other people did this, and no, I never would do that. My own domain, because then you cannot cheat, right? Because it's a Google. It's Google.
Right. Well, I mean, some people like the vanity of having their own site name up there and not sites.google.com,
Yeah, yeah, I understand.
right? Exactly. So, any any questions? Um, with the discount, you guys think that the pricing is fair? I've struggled over what to actually do that. I know, Carolyn, I know that it says 50 sites. I didn't have time to go in there and change it, but then rest assured that I will make it so that, put it this way, when you run out of 50, call me and I'll send you another 50. When you run out of them, I'll give you another 50. How's that? Yes, the price is very fair. Yes, very fair. Thank you. Hang on one second. I got a call from Africa.
From Africa. If people ask questions, I cannot see them, man. So don't blame me if I not answer. Can you see questions, Terry?
Yes, I can, but I see like that sounds very fair, bought already, that sort of thing.
Okay.
And there's a question for Leon: how often do you create G sites?
Basically, I create G sites anytime I do a campaign for anything. I mean, it's to me, the G site is a house uh, where you combine all your other Google properties in one place. So you're actually creating a collective and adding power to all of your other links that you're building for SEO purposes. So anytime I do anything, make videos or of anything, I will have a G site that the video is going to go on, as well as every other Google property that I make is going to go on that site. That's where you add a lot more power to everything you're doing. Is
And keep
having
in
that.
mind, once you make that G site, you can go in and make those additions, save the changes, and republish. Uh,
In the
any,
software, yes, or you can do it manually. Either way,
yeah,
um, like
yeah.
I said earlier, you do have to publish any additions you make, or they'll never show up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
Just
Lee,
like it's a
uh,
save. It's a save button. In fact,
that's okay. Lee was asking, and in case anybody else wants to know, do you need any other RFR products to make use of this tool? No. However, you can make better use of it if you can build calendars, if you can build Google Sheets, and so on and so forth. So, unless you want to do everything else manual, you can make better use of this if you have RFR.
yeah. If you look to
Back
this,
things like that.
this kind of stuff, you're not gonna do manual. No way.
So, Terry, when you add like a calendar in there, in the way that Google looks at those calendars, how powerful is that to be an embed code on those pages?
Calendars are an event. Okay, so Google, like Facebook, like Twitter, any counts those events as important because they're current. They deal with now. We can't wait until next week to publish them. So they get indexed and published quickly because they're current, and Google doesn't want to lose out on that.
Right. And the way that our software builds them, it allows you to really kind of stack them and create something that you can't do by hand at all.
No, this you cannot do by hand. It's crazy. If you, well, this is what I created with Ranking Factory. It's a lot of red, but all also spin content. the links, the anchors are different. Go to the next one, whatever. You have your um, attachments. You can do everything with it. This goes for
Calendar is 48 events a day, and in each event, you can have several links.
yeah.
Yeah, you get a new event every half hour.
It's a busy calendar.
The coupon code, if you scroll up in the chat, you'll see it, but it's RFRG sites. And RFR and G are all caps. So RFRG and then sites lowercase. Or you can copy and paste from the chat.
Hey, Terry, one of the things I wanted to ask everybody is, from those templates that he's sending all this traffic to for that solar, do you think it would be a good idea for us to work a deal with Mike to get a template package from him? Because they're awesome. I mean, I really love them.
I mean, if there's a way to import it into this software.
Template from
From Mike Martin. We'd have to really kind of work with that a little bit. That's what I wanted to try to work with Mike and his team. And play with, because we're doing a webinar for him at 2:00 today to his group on G sites, and I think that they're smart enough to figure out how we could figure out how to do that. That's what I want to try to do, because if we could do that with these templates, that would be just kick ass.
Or even if the software would let you deal with the layouts, adding the layouts.
Mm-hmm.
You can manually. That would allow us to, build our own templates. But
right. Okay. Yeah. I'll be talking with him and working with him on a special deal for us for these anyway. So. Please get the package from Mike, Mr. John said. Okay. Any other technical questions that you need us to go over, and or SEO questions? Why is it important to do embed codes? Why is it important to do images that are fully optimized and stacked in metadata? So here's a question: when you optimize your images and you put those in your Google Drive and you bring those images back up here, have you tested to make sure the metadata still sticks, Errol?
Yeah, they are in it, but I didn't do too much in it. Just
no, just as long as there's something in there, right?
Yeah. Well, I don't think I can see it no, I cannot see it here. But if you go to, let me see. Pum, 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 pum. It's a little bit a mess.
Terry, you could probably answer this one for Clint a little bit better. It's like, what's the difference in this than it's in RFR? I mean, RFR G-Site Builder is very simple. It doesn't have the interfaces that we built here. But maybe you could answer that a little bit better than I am, because you used it more than I did.
Well, with the RFR one, which works just fine, although slower than this, but you have to manually add your embeds. That's I think those are the main things. Manually adding the thing after.
And you can't use HTML in it.
Yeah.
True, but most people don't know HTML anyway, so I don't know.
Yeah, we were showing that yesterday, but the HTML can't be done. And whenever you do the site, you have to have everything. You can't just upload it and leave it unpublished in the RFR. It will upload it and publish it. You don't have the option to leave it unpublished. So there are some differences in there, and it's the big thing is this is more robust. There's more to it, And, with the embeds and with unpublished and some other stuff, the idea is this is going to be more powerful as well as easier to use. It is faster, uh, significantly faster than our other one. Our other one was so slow, if people were used to building G sites, they could go in by hand and do it faster than the one we have
Yeah, yeah.
RFR. Um,
Exactly. Yeah.
so this one, you can't build it faster than this tool does. So it's actually significantly faster. So you're saving time, you're adding more power with the embeds. You've got the option to use HTML if you want to. There's just a lot more that can be done with this tool. And once we get the API, it's going to be even faster. I mean, this thing will go up like lightning once we get the API integrated. So this is the foundation for really what you want in a G
Yeah.
site. And then
Exactly.
everything else you can go in and make your manual adjustments in no time. I mean, it won't take you long to do any manual adjustments you want once you have the site up. So it's so much easier and faster that it's crazy.
Well, plus when you
But
get the we'll have other features that are available via the API that you wouldn't have,
right,
in the RFR one as well.
but we built that what, 4 years ago, Patrick? When
Just
we were
about. Yeah.
when we were working on that G site
Hey, it
builder.
still works fine. It's just, this is better.
Yeah, this is way better. I mean, we've got 4 years experience and we've put a lot more into this tool than we can put into a multi-tool like RFR. So it's just designed for G sites. And so it's so much simpler and easier to use, and it's faster. You can't beat it, hands down.
Mm.
Also on the download page, and once again, everybody just, chill out a little bit when you get this, and that, there's a Skype link in there. So join the Skype group. And, as always, when we do these, we may have a couple glitches, but we've got the group, and Chris is always on top of things, and he has been for 4 years, 3 years, whatever it's been. And that's why we're getting in at this price, because we want you guys to use it. We want you to kick ass with it, and then we're gonna launch it on JV Zoo and set the world on fire. So, and I know everybody's gonna say, no, don't do that, don't do that. Keep it for yourself. Keep it for us. Which is what we have done for the most part up until this point. I've never launched one of our products on JV Zoo yet, have I, Terry? Not one. But that's about to change.
Now, probably also if that API is available, you really can do things like this, right? Then you really can make a nice site from it.
Mm-hmm.
But these are nice things, this layout.
No, it's going to be great. I mean, and like I said, with Chris working on it every single day, as well as all the other stuff, that this is going to be another mega cloud stacker. It's going to be another backlink factory. It's going to be another RFR. We know it's going to be kick ass and high quality. So for those of you that don't know who we are, you can just ask in the room, and I don't care, just ask in a room, would you recommend any of the RFR products to me? And let people answer you. I don't care. It doesn't matter, because I know the answer. We build good stuff.
Yeah, for a beta version, it's very stable. If you think about it, I almost had no crash or something.
Yeah, they're all right. Hey, Clint, that's an upgrade, man. I love you. I got an upgrade from Clint to all right. We're good. Okay. Any other last questions? We can put my license in activated, but product does not populate to the tools. Yes, our Joe, I'm going to change everybody to unlimited site. I'll have to do that as soon as we're off here and go and change the software and pay Kickstarter. Okay. Put my license inactivated when I need to re-download. Shouldn't put my license inactivated. The product does not populate in the tools page. All right, John. Give me a shout afterwards, and we'll see what the possibility is on that. You should get an email with your license. So check your email for that. PKS has been doing some funky stuff to us lately. Like today, it took me almost 45 minutes just to get the affiliate link done with them. Okay, any last questions or anything that you want Leon or Errol to share with you before we sign off? Clint, no, we keep asking like every day. But it's got to, I can say this, it's got to be before September of this year's when, all the classic sites are going to be, archived, but we really don't know. But we have been on them for the last 3 months, and Chris kind of has an idea of some of the things that are coming with that, but he won't tell me really what they are yet, but we'll be one of the first to get it. I can say that for sure. Scott, 50,000. Anyway, that's where we are on that. But trust me, as soon as we know, or I can get an indication from Chris Clint, I'll be blowing it up to let everybody know that it's coming.
I'm not sharing anymore.
Also, I did mention yesterday, I don't know, did I mention this today? Did I mention that we're going to put the API for Content Factory in here today, or was that yesterday?
Today.
Okay, thank you.
What day is it today? Because there's 12 hours difference. Here it's, what time is here? Here is Friday.
Boy,
Lenny,
12
yes,
hours.
all links are clickable in the G site. Okay. If you don't need to see anything or go over anything, Terry, one of the things that you had mentioned yesterday, I'm going to talk to Chris about, which was, and I thought it was a great idea personally, and that is to create the template. You want to kind of go over what you were mentioning yesterday to those that are here that would not have heard that?
Just the idea that you can, for instance, you could build your G site for solar panels, but not list the city, and then in the G sites, when you log in manually, between the publish button and I believe the settings cog, there's 3 little dots, and in those is an option to duplicate that site. So you could make dozens of them and then go back in each one and add, whatever city you wanted, so that you could have cover Florida with solar panels in whatever city, just by changing that city name in each one.
But then you want to change all the articles, right? You want to change.
You wouldn't have to change the articles, because especially if you're doing it your way and it's just for links anyway, it has nothing to do with anybody reading it. It wouldn't matter if they all had the same articles, if they were tagged to different cities. You know what I'm saying? Now, obviously, your maps would be off unless you just did a Florida map and a my map that had pins in all the same cities
Yeah.
referring to.
Yeah. Yeah. You have to do something. That's
But G sites have a lot of versatility. So whether you're using them as ranking properties or just a part of a Google stack, that's up to you. But you can do different things with them to better one of those than the other.
Well, if this API comes and you can design the site, the G site better, I gonna do this, of course.
And if you want to add schema into them, get Clint's course first, so you can make sure you're doing your schema right, and then you've got that embed option. I think you can put that schema in your uh, header image, but I may be wrong on some schemas.
Yeah, there is some trick to do it in Google Earth, and then that you export is I think KTM or something, and then you can import this in your Gmap. That's
The KML files, maybe.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I also hear about that they put it in the embed code from in the G site, but it's a little bit strange. But I can check it out. Let's have a look if I have some.
And of course, you can put it in the footer. Um,
Yeah,
you can actually just put the HTML for the schema straight in with the same color as the background color, and so humans don't bother seeing it and going, "What the hell is that?" But I wouldn't, I'm not saying to do that, in case anybody asks.
Yeah, okay, no. Okay, so if you guys get to the Skype group, and Clint just found out that my girl put the wrong one in, there's a link to the test group for the G sites. So we're just going to move everybody over into that because we're still doing beta. So we'll put that in there, and you can join that link that I just put into the chat box for the Skype group. Okay.
Hmm.
Help.
And everybody, when you load this up and get ready to use it, try to see if you can load some of your RFR G sites. I think they will work, but they're the same.
They should, right?
Yeah.
I'm looking for some schema I created for a client. And then I can have a look now if it works. Oh, here. Can share my screen again. Let me see.
Well, these are some of the things that we'll be learning that within
You're
the group that will be have great advantage for us. So thank you, Lenny. I appreciate it, man.
I'm still sharing screen, eh?
Yes, you are.
Alrighty, hang on. Let's have a look. Insert. I just never did it, but can put in schema. Oh, it looks very advanced. I see nothing. But what happens if I click on it? Yeah, it's there. That's funny. But if I publish it, which page is it? It's the last page. That one.
Publish and test it in the tool. What Clint's saying.
Yeah, I understand, but I want to see if it's there. It's between this and this. Okay.
And then just see if Google picks it up.
I don't think it's in it. It's not there. Can do a. Nah. Can I have a look in something where I always check this? Not checking it anymore.
Clint, you can unmic yourself and tell them what you're thinking if you want. Okay, he's got it. Good.
Let's see. Yeah, it's in. That's
There you go.
interesting. That's very interesting. Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah, it's good. So it's gonna be a tantric workshop for solar panels in Orlando.
No, that's an OTO that we're going to have to sell people on.
But yeah,
Unless you were here, you're not going to know
I'm
that.
I'm really surprised. But I must say, when I put it in, normally it says this is not an embed code or something, or if you put something wrong in. But it didn't give a sign, so this is very good to know.
Clint says,
Uh-huh.
good start on the schema. Awesome.
Yeah, this is advanced, but I followed a heavy course for this in that time. Okay, well, that's a bonus, right?
Now, I might have to cut this part out with the replay. You know that, right?
Mm. That's good to know. That opens opportunities because you can use the ID. I don't know if you know about this kind of stuff. Well, this is an FAQ, but if you have, let me see. This is the main page. So let's say you're gonna put this in. Hang on. I'm gonna delete this one.
Yeah, we're definitely going to chop this out.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Um, I even cannot delete it. It's a heavy schema. No, cannot delete. Maybe here. Let me see. Yeah, done. Okay. Let's go again. Embed code. Now you see it. Eh? That's wait. This is the. No, this is the normal schema. Not sure if this gonna work. Where can I put this away? No, no, it's not there now. But I think I did something wrong. But I'm gonna find out.
Well, I think we can ascertain that it works,
Yeah. Well, the
and we
FAQ
just
works.
need to spend some time, putting it together so that we know exactly how it does and the system, and not take up too much type here. Script tags is missing in the other one you added, is what
Yeah.
Clint said.
Yeah, I did something wrong. I know.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna check this because that it's interesting to do a test also.
Mm-hmm. All right, cool. Clint, thank you very much, man. That's going to be. We'll have to reserve this for people that are only in the Skype room, and I'm going to cut this whole section out. So.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop the share. Okay.
Okay. Wow. We only lost one person, but we just gained another one, which is
Okay.
awesome. All right. Any last questions? And we'll wrap this up. And I want to thank everybody for coming. And quite frankly, do me a favor.
My
If this is the
Facebook
first
app.
time you've ever been on one of our webinars or first time you ever heard about us, can you guys just put a 1 in the chat for me? Because I see a lot of people that I don't know, which is very rare.
It's
So there
about
you go.
Tantra. Eh?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's about Tantra.
I read it. Well,
That's
have
great.
fun. Have fun. And I can tell you, I know some Tantra yogis. They live in Guatemala. They want to interview me tomorrow. It's really
Okay.
Okay.
probably coincidence, but it's funny.
Yeah, yeah.
They're
But it's-
very busy with Kundalini yogi and so, that kind of stuff.
Okay, but it's your fault that my Facebook is now showing
Yes.
10. It must have picked up something.
I can put some other schema in. Just tell me what you want.
No.
All right, guys. I'm logged into G Site Builder and there is nowhere to click to start. So wait, go back to the tool. Okay. The toolbox is where you click on your toolbox. G Site Builder doesn't work. I don't know. We're in it right now. Okay.
You want me to share the screen and just show
Yeah.
what you have to do? Okay, hang on.
Yeah. I mean, maybe Chris did an update. I'll have to double check. What version
This-
are we on?
This is version 1018.
Okay.
The version I have. And start with your Google account. Eh? I cannot see the chat box now, but
That's all right.
yeah, you have to add new, and this goes automatically. If it not goes automatically, I suggest you do it manually. You put it in, and then you're gonna come in here. You go to Google Sites Factory. This is the starting point. Take your time to learn all this, and then start only with a home page, for example, and then put 2 or 3 images in it. If you did all this, go to your Google site content, put the content in here, spin it if it's spinned, and make sure you have all these things inside. Don't do embed code. I mean, just start with simple.
Right, but
and
he's
then-
just saying that it doesn't work. I mean,
What do you
But it
mean it doesn't
does.
work? But you have to
there's
do.
the option to insert license detail, no other buttons.
Oh, okay. This I
Okay,
don't
well,
know.
you have to put your license in there and activate it, and then it will open up the tool. Okay. So once you put your information and your license that you get in your email, then you should be able to activate it and the rest will open up.
Mm.
I think that's the question, right? She says, I did that. Activate button, but okay. What version? You don't know what version. Okay. That's
Can he share otherwise the screen? It's maybe better. I don't know what's possible.
Jasper, you could just share, click share your screen and show us what you're
Okay.
doing. We'll troubleshoot it.
Yeah. Oh wait, you are in this. Okay. So it's activated, right?
Yeah, it's activated. I inserted my email and then one of the license codes that I got on email, and then I press activate, but nothing happens.
Oh, okay.
Activate.
Can you start it up? Just go out, close it, and start up again. It's,
Close. And then
yeah,
it
but really starting it up, right?
okay, I'll just 2 seconds. I'll start it up again. And it's now starting up again. And I'll share my screen again. 2 seconds. Share screen. Yep.
Joe says he has the same problem. Oh, there you go. No.
Yeah, I'm clicking activate, but nothing happens.
And if you do deactivate,
Deactivate. License is cleared and can be reused, and then I
Okay,
click
try it.
activate. And I can see at the bottom left it says license valid and activated, but nothing
Yeah.
happened.
and you have 1.19. I see.
1.19. Yeah.
I have the 8. It's not fair. Uh,
Yeah, not fair at all.
And if you go to, let me see. Yeah, there's nothing there on the left.
No, there's nothing there. There are links to the ranking store support, Facebook groups, YouTube videos, but no other buttons. So yeah, I
All
have
right,
no.
everybody pop in the Skype room. And you're not on the same version, right, Errol?
No,
No,
I have the 8. He have the version after. Probably
All right,
this.
I'm gonna go put the same version that you have in the Skype room for everybody then.
Yeah, because I think that at least in this version it doesn't work.
Okay. Well,
So
Yeah,
yeah,
that's why we call it beta.
yeah,
and-
exactly.
and this is a VPS or what?
No, that's my personal computer.
Oh, okay. There you go. Tantra.
Yeah, that's.
No, I don't know. You know, it's
Okay,
probably
everybody's
that
getting the
version.
same problem. So obviously
Okay.
there's an issue with that version that I put in there. So I'll go put the same version that you guys are running,
Yeah.
Errol and Leon, and we'll put that into the Skype chat. Okay.
Yeah, I'm running 1.8 also.
Okay. All right. I probably picked up the new version that wasn't totally tested that Chris put in the test room. So I will fix it and get it into the Skype room for everybody right away, and you can pick it up there. Okay. Sounds good. All right, guys. Have a great day. Thank you for being here. And it's going to take a while for me to get this replay done, simply because I got to cut this whole last section out with the schema and everything else. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thanks for being here, everybody. If you enjoyed coming and at least learning, give me a 1 in the chat. And otherwise, I will see you later.
Okay. Ciao.
All right. Thank you.
Bye bye.
Appreciate it. Clint, thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. Bye-bye.